Hey everybody, it's Craig Zuckerman and Lori Clark here with Z-Line Fitness, and today we're going to show you the best way to ergonomically set up your car to prevent aches and pains in your body. All right, there's a couple of different factors to be aware of when you're setting up the ergonomics in your car. And we're showing you the best one to help with like lower back pain when you have had herniations or other injuries to your lower back, or maybe you've had some injuries to your neck, or maybe you just have general lower back pain and neck pain or sciatica. Now, first things first, when we talk about sciatica and just why a car wreaks havoc on our body in that sense, you have one foot that's on the gas and the other one that's resting on what's known as the dead man's footrest, which is where Lori has it right now. Because of that and the fact that you're always working this right leg, it shifts from the brake to the gas to the brake to the gas. So you're always working this right side. This hip flexor muscle, which attaches into your low back and then into the hip, gets overworked with the quad muscle too at times, and because of that, it pulls your hip off, or the SI joint. Now, the SI joint is where the two hip bones meet at the base of the spine, and they actually can slide up and down or rotate, and when one side of the musculature gets overworked, it can then slide up or pull. This iliopsoas can actually pull the hip up. When that offsets your lower back, and this creates pressure on your discs or the nerves coming out of your low spine, and that's why you get pain. And the last two vertebrae is where that sciatic nerve, it's its nerve root, so that's where it starts before it goes down the leg. So this disruption in the hips really creates a bad problem when you have sciatica. So there isn't too many things to do with that because, hey, you can't drive with both feet unless you're a race car driver here. But I will show you at the end of this an exercise, a very simple exercise to do before you drive or after you drive, or something you could do and when you stop if you're on a long trip, that can help with that imbalance that happens in the hip. But to start out, one other good thing to do is to not have pressure on the back of the leg. That sciatic nerve branches off and goes underneath or by the hamstring in the back of your leg. So you'll see here the way Lori has it with the seat, the front of the seat is actually tilted down a little bit, so she has this space here. That space doesn't put the pressure on the back of the leg. The other thing that helps out with when you don't have that pressure on the back of the leg is it doesn't allow the blood to pool in your lower leg, creating things like edema or swelling in your lower leg. So you really want to make sure that pressure isn't there, but that you still at mid-leg get some support from the chair to hold onto it. Something you got to really be careful of that sets off this SI joint problem is if you take that leg, instead of being on the dead man's footrest, and you're either bent like this or like that, or even if it's down on the floor, but it's just tucked up against the seat, especially since that puts pressure on the back of the calf, and that can again cause the blood to pool in your lower leg, make ankle swelling and things like that happen. So that dead man's footrest is there for a reason, and it's so you place that there so you have more of an equal distance from where your foot is and your other foot that is working on the pedals. So it does have a purpose and is there for a reason, so go ahead and use it. It's good for you. Now we move up to the body to the lower back. Most cars will have like a lumbar support that you can push in. Now the reason for this is our back is in a natural curve inward, and when you put the lumbar support in it, it supports that curvature and lets gravity, which is coming down upon us, dissipate into that curvature that's supporting your low back instead of your low back muscles having to support it on its own. And it's really a comfort thing. You may be surprised, the more intrusive that is and the more it pushes out, it may be more comfortable to you. Now Lori has pretty much a deep lordotic curvature, so she's going to need more support. She's going to need that bolster to come out more. You can also buy products online that give this to you if your car does not have that bolster, so that you can allow for the support in your lower back. Now, if you happen to have stenosis in your lower back, you would want the opposite. You do not want that intrusive lumbar support. You want that back and more flat, so your back can flatten out and not have that curve, because that helps out if you happen to have that kind of condition in your lower back. And that's the support you want from your lumbar. There are some other things to try out. If you're getting a lot of pain in the front of your hip flexor, so maybe you do long drives and you're constantly moving that back and forth, you may need to move your seat back. If you move your seat back, it'll open this up because the length of your leg's out. Now, you may get that pressure back on your hamstring. In that case, take your chair, tilt it forward. So the back lifts up, the front goes down if you happen to have that adjustment. If you don't have that adjustment in your car, you can actually buy these wedges that then create that. So you're not sitting in this deep pocketed position, kind of like Lori is a little bit, that it opens that up. And that can be very helpful in taking the pressure or pain if you have it in the front of your hips when you're driving. So moving up on the line, getting to the shoulders and the neck. The thing they've changed actually the way you can hold your, at least the DMV in California here, has changed the way you can hold your steering wheel. And they actually now say to hold the steering wheel down here. Now at first I thought, oh, they're getting smart. They understand ergonomics. Yeah, no, it's really because the airbags. With your arms up here, the airbags can bang into your arms. The good news is if you're down here, it is much better on your shoulders. Because Lori's using or implementing here the armrest on this side, and there's always an armrest in your door. By resting her arm here, the shoulder can relax and the neck muscles can relax. If this isn't here, and she has to hold on, especially if she holds on up here, now hold on with the other arm. So this muscle is now engaged for her to hold her arms up there. Especially my clients come in, they've been on a long trip and they have a lot of left side neck pain, say. Most likely they were just driving with the left arm up there, having their gangster lean on and throwing that, but this will work that upper trap muscle. And so that's why we want to bring it down here. Let the arms rest on the shoulder rest, just like I would say if you were sitting at your desk in your computer. You want this to offset the weight here. Moving up to the head. Most of the time we have our chairs so far reclined that then our head is coming forward to drive. Exactly. We want the seat up enough so we can have a slight recline or relaxed position, because the more we recline back, again, gravity then puts its weight into the chair and not making us have to support gravity's weight by sitting up straight. So that's good, but the headrest is forward enough that she can actually relax her head on it and keep it supported. And that really helps you relax the neck muscles. Now, sometimes, depending on the kind of car you have, if you have a Jeep or something, you're going to be bouncing your head a lot off that headrest, and this may not be optimal for you. If you can't have your head against a seat rest comfortably without your head bopping around, then I would ask that you make the seat come up a little bit more for more supporting your body in a way that the neck aligns properly with the shoulder to prevent upper back and neck pain while driving. Put all those tips together, and at least you'll have your ergonomics set up well, and your steering wheels, a lot of these you can adjust too. If it's too far away, so you're reaching way out here, not good. You want the arms bent and relaxed back to support and help the neck and the shoulders. Now, and you can also lift it up or down depending on where your arms are, or if you don't have an armrest at all. I've had, cars that didn't have that, and I lowered the wheel so I could rest my arms in my lap a little better, and that helped out a lot with, my neck and shoulder pain. So the exercise I told you I was going to let you know about, it's very simple. All you do is with your opposite leg, which would be the one not on the gas pedals, you're going to do leg lifts. You're going to do just little lifts to engage that hip flexor and make it work, so it balances out the work you've been doing on the other side. There are some other exercises just to balance or stabilize your hips as a whole, like what you see in our book, The Office Effect. We have the lower body series. And that's designed to work the glutes, the inner thighs, and everything. And that's a more complete system. And I have clients that use that if they're going, like I have some guys that drive down to Mexico a lot and stuff like that. So they know they're on this huge 9-hour, 12-hour drive. They'll knock out those exercises before and then also when they get back. But if you're more of a commuter drive, that 30 to 45 minutes, and you're having sciatic pain or even sometimes just lower back pain, try this exercise out, doing like 15, 20 or so of them. You can do it before you drive. I wouldn't suggest it while you drive. Or after you drive, before you get out of the car, because a lot of people, it's just that right when they step out of the car, it's like, oh, and that's because this SI is off. So knock that bad boy out. Try that, and hopefully that'll reduce or relieve all your lower back pain and sciatica you're having while driving. All right. I'm Craig Zuckerman with Lori Clark with Z-Line Fitness, helping you feel better, look better, and perform better.